You got no business fucking with my son. Stay away from him.
Your mom's is fucking with our investment.
She need to be handled.
Kanan, your shit with Ronnie been deaded. You're done.
I can make phone calls. There's places they could take you.
Hello, Jarvis. You're not getting into no war with my son in the other fucking trench. Are they coming for us or are they coming for you?
Your son knows how much you love him.
You don't know what you're doing, Kanan.
I do.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. Episode 9 of Raising Kanan just aired, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that episode was pretty lackluster. They just gave a boatload of information of everything that's gonna take place in episode 10. There's so many scenes we've been waiting for. Crazy to say they're all gonna take place in the season finale, but that's what we're going to talk about and dive into in this video. As you can see from the title and thumbnail, we're going to be talking about how Kanan gets his first kill. It will be Ronnie, and how he saves Rock. Now, I kind of mentioned this prior, but I thought a couple of these scenes was going to take place in episode 9 and boil over into the finale. I'm going to go ahead and explain the entire timeline and all the events that's going to take place in the finale that leads to Kanan deciding to save his mom, Rock, which includes the first failed attempt on Rock and the second plan that they all put together to fake kidnap Kanan in front jukebox on purpose to get Rock to meet them at a specific location, and everything that's gonna go down once she gets there. As usual, you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe. Raising Kanan season 3 coming to an end. This last episode is gonna be a banger. Can't wait to check it out, but let's go ahead and dive right into it. Now we're starting right at the end of episode 9 with this meeting between Kanan, Snaps, Pops, and Ronnie, where they specifically tell him Rock has to go. It's her time. Something has to be done. She has to be handled is the exact words used. And now, of course, we all know this because in episode 8, she went and took down Juliana, and then her cousin within episode 9 went and told Ronnie that he's basically out of business. This shit is shut down. He said he's not supplying to no one in Jamaica, Queens, and that's that. But he did talk to Snaps and Pops, and they convinced him to spare Ronnie's life, to spare their investment basically. And now all their eyes are set on taking Rock out. Now, of course, this leads us into the first hit, the first attempt. Now, we've been saying the entire season who was going to be on the drive-by shooting Rock's car up, and this is where the first hit is going to come in. We finally got new clips and scenes of this drive-by from the episode 10 trailers, and it's obvious at this point it's set up by Snaps, Pops, and Ronnie. Of course, with seeing what's going on in the trailer, obviously they're gonna miss. This shit is not gonna land. This is important because this failed attempt is gonna lead to Rock to go and have another meetup with Snaps and Pops though, which is important because their first meetup didn't go too well. They basically telling her they made the game, they watched her grow up, her hopscotch and jump rope, and she telling them, I don't play games anymore, stay away from my son. So they needed to have another conversation, and we know this meeting is gonna take place after the drive-by because we could see and hear in the episode 10 trailer she says she doesn't want to get into a war where her son is on the other side.
You're not getting into no war with my son in the other fucking trench.
And if you pay attention, you could believe this takes place after the drive-by, because if you look at the drive-by clip, she has on the big ass earrings, and that's the same earrings she's wearing in the scene where she says she doesn't want to be in this war. And I think when she goes to this meetup, they're gonna squash it. Her, Snaps, and Pops are gonna come to agreement, but I think Ronnie actually goes rogue, and let me explain. As we can see from this scene right here, we've been waiting the whole time to see who's gonna be to kidnap Kanan and everything like that, and now we know 100% it was going to be Ronnie. We honestly knew because of the episode 9 trailer when we saw Ronnie driving in the white van, and then when you look at the clip of Kanan getting kidnapped, obviously it was in the white van, so we knew Ronnie had something to do with it. But now we of course know it will be a setup to get Rock to a specific location to quote unquote save Kanan, even though him and Ronnie are going to create the whole circumstance and situation. And I think that's why when people were asking and saying Jukebox is there. She's in a clip. We can kind of see her in the background, but now because of the episode 10 trailer, we can see her directly, them pointing a gun at her, and of course taking Kanan away. And this is so Jukebox could go back and relay this information to Rock. And once again, I think Ronnie is doing this on his own. He's going rogue. He's been wanting to kill Rock since the beginning of the season. Him and Unique pumped heads about this constantly, and I think he's just gonna go ahead and finally decide to try to do it. And the reason I believe Ronnie is gonna go rogue and go all out is because of the episode 10 description that says desperation sets in as Howard tries to evade the task force and Ronnie goes on the attack, leaving Rock and Kanan to make some fatal choices. Now, this is important because obviously they could just be talking about the drive-by that he sent and set up, but I think now seeing more of him gonna be the one to kidnap Kanan, and of course seeing the scenes of him with the gun, them look like in a warehouse surrounding Rock, we know he's gonna do more and more and more. But this is where the second half of the description comes in, where it says Kanan and Rock will have to make some fatal choices. Now obviously Kanan went along with the plan initially because Rock is obviously there, and you can see he's standing behind Ronnie in the background. He's not handcuffed or tied up or anything, so he went there basically on his own free will. He knew what was going to happen. And we also can hear in the trailer Rock telling him he don't know what he's doing, and he was like, nah, he does. He knows what's going on.
You don't know what you're doing, Kanan.
Now this is gonna lead to a lot of people believing that Kanan is gonna go through with it, but I obviously don't. And I have facts behind it, but also what I predicted from the very beginning also coming true. Now let me explain. I've been saying for the last like 4 or 5 weeks that I believe Ronnie was gonna die at the end of season 3. It just made sense. And now I firmly believe that because the actor has just been casted into a whole new show and he has a lead role in it. I believe the show is called Emperor of Ocean Park. It's saying he is the lead. So it doesn't make sense that he's going to be able to do Raising Kanan and play a lead role in that and in that show as well. Especially because Raising Kanan season 4 has already been filming as well and has already been renewed literally before the first episode of season 3. Which brings me to my next point, that Patina Miller, the actor that plays Rock, has already been confirmed for season 4 of Raising Kanan. So it's kind of a letdown to do it and predict it this way, but I always say from the beginning I thought Ronnie was gonna die this season, and it makes the most sense that this could be Kanan's first kill and saving his mother. Now from the very beginning, I predicted when we got the first trailer, when we saw this scene of Kanan and Rock staring at each other, looking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, I said something big just went down. This was going to be the most important scene of the season. And of course, we could see based off what they're wearing and all the clips I've been showing throughout the entirety of this video, this scene takes place in that warehouse or wherever they're at with Ronnie. And if you look, this scene feels like it takes place after what just went down. The way they're looking at each other, it's intense. Rock kind of hyperventilating. She looks surprised, more so is the word, and it looks like they both made it out the situation alive. I believe Kanan will stab Ronnie in the back, not literally but figuratively, stab him in the back, probably shoot him, and he will become Kanan's first kill, and Kanan will save his mother Rock. And I believe that's the fatal choice they are describing Kanan to be making in the episode 10 description. Now of course, the people who won't believe this or will think he'll have the time to play in both shows will be because they still believe he will be Breeze going into season 4. I once again think Breeze will be an entirely new character. I know I just dropped a video explaining all people's reasonings and explanations and evidence and leaked photos of why they think it's unique, but I honestly don't think it's neither of the two. Even though I explained the theories that people be having, I think he will be an entirely new character introduced in early season 4, and it makes the most sense. Overall, that's it for this video. You guys can leave your thoughts and opinions and everything down below. Do you agree with any of this? I explained the timeline of how the episode is gonna go, everything that's gonna take place leading up to that moment. But yes, I do think Kanan takes out Ronnie in the end. You guys can leave out any other death predictions you have and any other characters you want me to talk about before the season finale. If you want my opinion on what you see happening with them, where you see them going into season season 4 and everything like that, leave that down below in the comments. Also, once again, let me know your thoughts on episode 9. It was lackluster to me, so I didn't even feel like doing a review on it. It was just full setup for everything that's gonna take place in episode 10. As usual though, you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.